What's up, guys? My name is Manny Alvarez. I won fourth. I got placed fourth place at the LA Regionals, and I played well Chalice. Now let's get into the deck profile. So for monsters, I played 3 Lee. She's the Stratos of the deck. She helps you get any monster into the grave, which is very useful because I use like 3 or 4 monster reborns into the deck, and she helps you get to your best card in the deck, which is Will Legacy, Will Chalice. This guy has 4 effects. He's ridiculous. He won me so many games. Like even if they stun, like if they have hand trap you like crazy, if you get him to the grave, you have recursion next turn. So after that, I play 2 Guard Dragon. This was a good meta call because everyone's using spirals, everyone's using impermanence, alter guys. This guy's people forget that he actually is a hand trap. So whenever my monsters are linked, I'm able to use this to negate and destroy any hand traps like impermanence. Like one of my plays, I E-tellied into Chosen, make a link spider, summon my Venus under it, started trying to use that. He impermanents me, and I had Guard Dragon it right back onto it. So then you have your 2 vanillas. Chosen, he's the best one out of the 3 Will Chalice vanillas. He's basically, because you can E-telly him. He's an E-telly target, and he's just good. Of course, with Will Chalice, you have to play the Venus engine. It gets you all your vanillas that you need. Get you into your Sayuja to fix hands, and there's enough really to explain that. So then I play heavy kaijus. I play 3 kaijus: the Gamma Seal, the Thunder King, and the Radiant. I didn't really get to use his effect that as much. Gamma Seal is pretty much your win condition in a lot of cases going first. But Thunder King allows you to fight under skill drain. When I was under Monarch's Erupt and skill drain, Thunder King allows me to fight big monsters by itself. And also it's a light target, so I can use it for Brilliant Fusion. Actually helped me in a Blue Eyes matchup against my own teammate, where he skill drained me, and I was fighting under Calamities. So I Brilliant Fusion, send this as my light target, Monster Reborn it, and swung over Calamities and swung for game. So it was really good. I only play 2 hand traps, 2 Ghost Ogres. The reasoning behind that, I don't run that many other hand traps because I do not like drawing hand traps as my 6th card. It's absolutely horrible. This is the only hand trap that allows me to play into a field. So I'd rather just break your board rather than actually trying to like hand trap you. So with this, allows me to hit stuff like the multi-roll from Stride Strikers. Allows me to hit Alter Guys, which I believe is one of my worst matchups. But unfortunately, I didn't fight a single Alter Guys all regionals. I cited a lot for it, but I never got to see it. But this helped me fight the Sky Striker matchup. It allows me to just rather just get rid of the monster and get together. So, yep. And as an alter of win condition, I also play the 1 Christia. This helped me lock out Spiral. I played 3 Spiral this regional. This was an instant win against them. If I could defend her and drop this on a Spiral player, I automatically won the game. And of course the 1 Lazuli, because I run vanillas and I run the Brilliant Engine. So for spells, of course with the Lazuli, you run the 3 Brilliant Engine. That's self-explanatory. I have the 3 ultis. I'm all happy about that. Yeah. And it is just great. Like I've started playing I will play this without hesitation. People will hesitate and they will let this resolve. And the problem is they should not let this resolve. When this resolves, your plays just go completely off. 2 waterfronts allows you to get to your kaijus and allows you to play the grind game against a lot of control decks. Because the thing is, most Will Chalice players, they're automatically like, oh, I'm just gonna not try to go as crazy into the board as much as possible. Against control decks, they can't kill you. I will purposely use this and just get the kaiju and save for next turn. So what I'll do against like certain matchups against control, I will wait, grab the Radiant, and then directly afterwards, I won't do it because I know they can't kill me the next turn. So next turn when I get the Gamma Seal, I will give them Radiant, give me the Gamma Seal, and then I proceed to go into my plays. Because I know they're a control deck, so they want to do as many things to stop me. I'll use Gamma Seal, just keep on negating and negating and negating onto all their effects. Then the 1-ofs, I have the 1 Will Legacy's Heart, the one Succession, mostly from my World Legacy, World Chalice, because you can search these out. This allows me to grind out so many games, close out games, and it's just great. Like I want to put more than one, but it's a hard once per turn. But being able to use this on your next following turn could usually seal the game. Even if they break your board, you can still have. That's why it's so important to get World Legacy, World Chalice into the grave, because you're able to search this out the next turn. And this allows you to get 2 more monsters, get your resources back, and start keep on going for game. I don't play Exodius, so I have to do a lot of resource management to get the best of my plays. I found Exodius to be very bricky in my deck list. I love it, but it's only good with Venus, and then the deck can play without Venus very effectively. Then of course the staple, we have the Foolish Burial, the E-Tele, the Soul Charge, the Monster Reborn. And then I have the Unexpected Die and Transmodify. Try to get as many monsters onto the field before actually committing an actual normal summon. And Transmodify, I wanted to cut it, but it's just too good of a card. And if you get it lined up, you'll be able to use that effectively. And the thing about E-Tele, when I use since I use Ghost Ogre, you can I could go into Griffin, reset E-Tele, activate on my opponent's turn, and being able to summon Ghost Ogre to disrupt, because Ghost Ogre is one of the few hand traps that could be used on your opponent's turn. So it's very useful. And I main deck 1 Twin Twister, mainly because of controls being heavy in this format, Dracos, Alter Guys, all the sorts. So having one out, because I want to run more than one, but one I felt it was great enough, because you can either get it back with Griffin, you could ditch, or you use that discard fodder, or like since I draw into my deck, I have Skull Dread, I have Nigritsu, I could draw into so many cards. 1-ofs are very good in this deck. So I use, of course, the 1 Shade Brigade from my trap. I also run 2 Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched has helped me broke boards. I rather not hand trap my opponent. I rather just break through boards more effectively. Even if I lose a die roll, Evenly Matched allows me to break through certain boards. Like I was expecting a lot of like Nightmare, Spirals, Goki to extra link me. This completely outs that board. I main 2, so it helps a lot. Yeah, these conflict. I had 2 duels where these conflict with each other, because you could use this summons a free token, but you have to have no trap cards in the grave. I had this conflict twice, but I feel like the overall using Evenly Matched helped out in the long run. Now on to the extra deck. I run the 3M Duck and the 1 Link Spider. I wanted to run less than this, but I feel like I needed to chain block. Chain blocking in this deck is absolutely crucial. Stopping Ash, stopping Gamma, stopping all the sorts. This helps you out in all like that. Of course, the 1 Link Spider just to get certain boards. Like Link Spider, I want to up it to 2, because I've had so many times where they'll out my board. I'll have E-Tele, or some way to get a vanilla, or just normal summon the vanilla. Get Link Spider, special summon, then use World Legacy, which has Banish to get the Monster Reborn and bring it under its zone. This is what won me against one of my matchups, Spiral, where he outed my board. I just summoned a vanilla, summoned Link Spider, and then there was a Christia in my grave. I just Monster Reborn the Christia, and then he had no way to out that board. Christia completely shuts down his board, and it's easy to summon via its own effect or World Legacy in succession. So those are my 1s. Then the 2s, I have a Aram, Nightmare Cerberus, 2 Eves. I had Goblin in the extra deck, but the thing is, after playtesting against my friend, when you summon this against Altergeist, my friend plays Altergeist, this is an auto win. This card, when you have them co-linked together, they cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects or be targeted. There's no way Altergeist can actually get around that other than Scapegoat. They have to hard draw the Scapegoat. So none of their main core engine could get over this. But unfortunately, I didn't play any Altergeist, but a lot of practice against my friend. This helps out a lot. This is for link climbing, allows you to get rid of problematic monsters, and this is the Archetype Monster Reborn. This is such a good card. I use this so many times to bring back the Firewall I use, the Nigritsu I come back for the actual linking to more monsters, or even just bringing back. I literally sat on him and Christia, and my opponent just couldn't do anything. My link 3s, the Trigate, the Nigritsu, the Unicorn. Nigritsu, of course, draws 3, allows you to out a lot of monsters, able to out barrel load. Everything about him is great. Trigate, I'm not sure about this card anymore because the only time I ever summon him out is whenever I have Soul Charge, but usually I usually have Gamma Steel on field anyway, so he's kind of just an overkill point. And this is great, like being able, because I will go into my either Gamma Steel Christia, they'll try to out that board, and when they actually do, they have to deal with Nightmare. They have to deal with Unicorn afterwards, and being able to turn, like, they'll use up so many resources that they're already at their end. I'll use this to pretty much keep on pushing, moving monsters and stuff. And of course, my Link 4s, they have the Griffin, Sayuja, the Firewall. Firewall is just too good. Being able to bounce, like I had this co-linked with 2 monsters and I had a Christia. I was going against Spiral. They summoned Tough trying to pop my Christia. I would just instantly bounce the Tough, and that was it. That was over. Sayuja helps you fix hands. Having Venus in hand, this allows you to go into this guy relatively with 1 card. Allows you to switch to fix up your hand. And Griffin, since I play a lot of one-of spells, and being able to have an extra disruption because I main deck the 2 Ghost Ogre, this allows me to and also it allows as a simple floodgate to be able for my opponent. But I didn't make it as much in the tournament. I usually rather go into Firewall than the Griffin. But when it gets to the grindy games, this helps out a lot. Being able to draw an extra card and also get resources back onto the field.
Why no Ibli? I'm gonna cut that part out, but why no Ibli? Just explain that, because the Griffin.
Oh, the Griffin? Yeah. It just took up too much deck space, and then also too much of the. You have to run Mermaid Elliptic to get it out, but it was. I just personally didn't like it. Like it made the deck more bricky. The deck already has a lot of bricks as it is. Drawing the Garnet, drawing multiple vanillas in hand. So I try to limit as much as possible. So. Okay. And of course the one Seraph Knight for the Brilliant Fusion target. It's just too good of a card. And for my side deck, 2 Ash. I wanted to main it, but thing is, the deck is just too combo heavy. You want to have as many combo pieces as possible, and this helps against a lot of rogue decks. Didn't really get to see it as much whenever I sided it in, but it helped me against a Blue Eyes matchup, so that was pretty good. 3 Mind Control, absolutely amazing. Going second into boards, just take their monster, mind control it, link it away. It's everything about it is just good for a link spam deck. 2 Call by the Graves, great for going first, helps you get rid of tedious hand traps. The other 2 Twin Twisters, mainly for back row heavy decks like Draco and Altergeist. Yet again, cited very heavily against Altergeist, didn't fight a single one. The 1 Slumber, I cited in a lot going into boards, but I never actually saw it. And the only time I ever saw it was against a Draco matchup, and he dark bribed me. But it was hilarious because I had a Kaiju in hand already, so I had 2 in the deck. And when he drew the card, I drew the other Kaiju, so I was still able to fight against him very effectively. The 3rd Evenly match, go second. It was great. 2 Anti-Spell. Never cited this in. I've never really ran into any decks. I ran against the Sky Strikers, but I'd rather just evenly match their board rather than Anti-Spell Fragrance them. And then the 2 Red Reboots. This, I felt evenly match was better against the Draco match rather than this. Because I'd rather just let the Draco player go first and then evenly match them and Kaiju them. But the Red Reboot helped me in my final game against Trickstars. This ends Trickstars. Oh man, like I Red rebooted him, and then he set 2 reincarnations, and all I did was establish a Christia, and then he just looked at my board. He couldn't do anything. Christia locks out so many special summon monsters. Red Reboot helps it protect it from trap cards.
Any like final things you want to say?
The matchups, every single person I played against was just everyone was just so nice. It was a good region. It was like my first top, so I'm actually really excited about that. Playing with a deck that I actually really enjoyed, and I've been playing it since Cold the Duelist. I've been trying to make it work. It's a bricky deck, but like I feel like the ratios now, especially with like the meta is right now, there's no FTK, so I don't have to worry about that many hand traps. But now there's a Goki FTK, so that's a huge problem. But for my matchups, they were good. Like I ended my record with 8-1-1. I tied against Draco in round 1. I 2-0'd Heroes. Great guy, by the way. My only loss was against Sky Strikers. Their grind game is just too good. I actually might pick up the deck soon, but it's actually a really good deck. It's actually one of the most fun decks I've played in going into the regionals. everything was either blowouts or like because it would be floodgating each other. But like against Sky Strikers, it was a lot of back and forth. Game round 4, I got a bye. Game 5, I played Spirals. I didn't get to see. Like I just summoned Christia and I kind of just locked them out. Christia completely locks out Spiral. Game round 6, another Spiral player, and I 2-0'd him. Christia again. Round 7, I ran against to my own teammate. Yeah, my own teammate. He was running Blue Eyes. He was 4-1-1 with Blue Eyes. I kind of ended his winning spree. Sorry, Adi. Anyways, round 8, I went against my another teammate running Spiral, and you just couldn't do anything against Christia. Just establish Christia, you just win against Spiral. Round 9, played against Draco. I let him go first. He sided in all his spear modes when he sided against games 2 and 3. I let him go first, and I ended up just evenly matching him, making the spear modes completely useless. And round 10, I played against Trickstars, and yet again just established Christia. And Christia was most of the time my win condition for a lot of the matchups because there's a lot of special summoning in the game. So Christia in this deck allows to get Christia really quick, especially as a light target, being able to lead to get into grave, to reborn later, or even just summon her on her own effect. Well, all in all, it was final thoughts on the deck. It's fun. I love the deck. I didn't expect to do as well as I did, but I played my matchups well. I'm still learning the Sky Striker matchup, but like all in all, I'm like it's a great deck. It's fun, and like it takes a lot of like resource management because since I don't run the Exodius to recycle everything back, I'd rather just take the time. I play the tempo game with this deck, and it's really good, and I love it. So
see you guys in Texas.
See you guys in Texas.